Chosen one, listen carefully. God himself has spoken a life-altering truth over you. Your age is about to be shortened. Yes, you heard that right. You are reverting into the energy, vitality, and power of a teenager. This is a sudden reversal, a divine reset that is rewriting your story faster than you ever imagined. This is not some vague promise. This is a supernatural spiritual upgrade. The years you thought were behind you are being rolled back. Your body, mind, and spirit are awakening to a younger, stronger, more vibrant version of yourself. The limitations you carried, the tiredness, the slowdowns, are all falling away. But here's the catch. This shift is urgent. It is happening now. If you're watching this video, it's no accident. God has led you here because this reversal has already begun in your life, and you cannot afford to miss a single moment of what's coming next. Before we move deeper, do 3 things immediately. Smash that like button to charge this message with your energy, subscribe to join our unstoppable community as we break barriers, and drop the number 99 in the comments, a powerful cosmic code that signals your readiness to receive this miracle. If you are truly a chosen one, you will stay with me until the end of this message, because what you are about to discover will shock you, transform you, and rewrite your future. And if you're not ready for this truth, that's okay. But know this, your time to step into this sudden reversal is now or never. Right now, something absolutely miraculous is happening within you. Not tomorrow, not next year, not metaphorically. Right now, this very moment, your body is entering a new divine command, and the order is clear. Reverse time. You will soon wake up, look in the mirror, and not recognize yourself in the most beautiful way possible. Your skin will look smoother, your eyes brighter, your features more defined. This isn't the result of skincare routines or sleep schedules. This is heaven's decree coming alive in your cells. Let me be clear, this is not magic, nor is it myth. It's miraculous biology aligned with divine purpose. Aging has always been a symptom of a broken timeline. But now your timeline is being rewritten by the author of time himself. Your spirit has always held the blueprint of youth. And now, your body is finally catching up. Day by day, week by week, you'll see the proof. The impossible will begin to look inevitable. This change isn't just about beauty. It's about mission. You are being made younger for a reason. You are being made whole for a purpose. The years the enemy thought he stole are being given back to you, and this time, you'll use them with divine precision. Wake up. Look closely. The reversal has begun, and you are the evidence. God is not bound by clocks. He is not intimidated by time. In fact, time obeys him. And right now, he's commanding it to reverse for you. What the world calls impossible, God calls easy. Your body is not degrading. It's being reprogrammed. Your teenage years, those years of vibrant energy and magnetic joy, are not locked in your past. They're on their way back to you. This isn't just poetic. This is divine reality. Your hormones, your metabolism, your emotional chemistry, they are all recalibrating. Your cells are responding to a higher frequency, a heavenly signal. This isn't the fountain of youth. It's the frequency of God's timeline, where aging has no authority, where decay bows to purpose, where degeneration gives way to restoration. But here's the deeper truth. This reversal isn't just about you. It's about what you're about to do. There are things God still needs you to build, teach, heal, and create. And for that, he's giving you back the prime of your life. He's restoring the vessel so the mission can be fulfilled. Your teenage self isn't a memory. It's a future promise, now manifesting. The first thing people will notice is your glow. Your skin is about to radiate the kind of brightness that lights up rooms, turns heads, and leaves people speechless. This glow isn't from lotions or treatments. It's from a divine inner transformation. Your skin is becoming a mirror of the youthful energy now bursting through your bloodstream. Think about it. Your skin is the body's largest organ. It responds to emotion, health, energy, and spiritual vibration. When God touches your cells, the skin is the first to testify. The dryness, the dullness, the fine lines, they are all being washed away by divine renewal. The clarity, smoothness, and softness that defined your youth will return, not by effort, but by alignment with God's active presence within you. People will ask what you've done differently. They won't understand the language of the supernatural, but they'll see the evidence. That glow, that's the result of your body syncing with eternal design. Your radiance isn't vanity. It's victory made visible. Each day, your reflection is going to surprise you. Your cheeks will lift. The puffiness will fade. The spark in your eyes will reignite. Why? Because your facial features are returning to their divine origin. Not just cosmetically, but fundamentally. Your face, the most expressive part of your being, is becoming a living testimony to the power of divine rejuvenation. The mirror doesn't lie, but it does reflect the reality you're aligned with. Up until now, it reflected the world's timeline, gravity, age, fatigue. But now, it reflects God's timeline. And that timeline says, you are being renewed like the morning dew. Each glance will carry a deeper sense of wonder. You'll start noticing bone structure tightening, eyes bright.
No. What produces electricity?
Electrons.
No way. I was an electrician. I am an engineer. I work in what you call steam generating plants. I have a degree, I have a license in what is known as thermodynamics. We are dealing with physics now. The only thing that produces electricity, the only thing that produces electricity is the friction of copper and carbon. That could be seen in your automobile. Take out your generator and see what it has inside. It has a copper wheel and some carbon brushes that touches against it when it turns. Here's an example. This is the copper wheel in the generating plant that produced the electricity in this room. It is spinning at only 90 revolutions per minute. But against this copper wheel, there are carbon brushes. And this is what you see. The spinning of the copper wheel against the carbon brush creates a friction. That friction is called resonance. Resonance is electricity, not electrons. Resonance. The resonance produces the electrons, not before. So now, if electricity is produced by copper and carbon, the friction of copper and carbon, then where do we go in the human body and find the organ that produces electricity? We find that it's the brain. The brain is the center of motor. The nervous system is the conduit that carries the electricity to various points of the body to cause motion. Now, should we ask, what is the composition of the brain? No. It is made up of what? Carbon and copper. The pineal gland is carbon, and the cerebral cortex, copper.
Does everyone?
We not only find that in a human being, we find that in the eel in Brazil that produces electricity to kill his prey. And when you open the eel, all you find is copper and carbon. No melanin.
Well, does everybody have a pineal gland? I was told the other day that everybody doesn't have one. Is that true or not?
If you had no pineal gland, you would not be alive. You would be no motion. It's impossible. Every race has pineal glands. Not every race has thymus glands. Oh, that's different.
Oh, yeah. Well, tell us about those.
The thymus glands. The thymus gland regulates sex. It also maintains energy. The thymus gland also keep you childlike, non-aggressive. But in some races, the thymus gland disappears at age 8. Then one becomes violent in one movement. But now, if the thymus gland disappears in some races at age 8, principally the Caucasian, what helps one to retain the thymus gland? within the biology. The presence of what? Carbon. Thank you.
You know that the word idea, the origin of the word idea means entity?
No. Wow, interesting.
Brother Yusef, you said a few minutes ago, somebody's sending. Did you say, what did you say a minute ago, Brother Yusef?
Oh, yeah, you find out that somebody's actually sending you these thoughts.
So we look at the origin of the word idea, it means entity. So it's not nothing. And there are different councils. I use different words, different assemblies, different terms to refer to certain things because there are some things that we're supposed to say to the public, but there are some bits of information we're not supposed to say, which is why information is classified. There's no serious nation, there's no serious military that doesn't have a form of classified information. This is important to understand. It's because if there's information that's classified, and of course, in classification in the United States, we classify information based on the damage, the amount of damage it could do. So the more damage a bit of information and intel can do to a people, as they call so-called national security, the higher the classification. And of course, we know that it's so important, information, intel, certain types, that if you share certain things that you're authorized to have, but you're not supposed to share, you can be charged for certain information, yes? If you access information unlawfully, there's a price for that. That's the seriousness of information. But we got to understand, first of all, that when there's thoughts, if you're under the sound of my voice and hearing this, that understand, first of all, that thoughts are things and entities. And I won't go further on that notion of entities right now. I want to leave that there. But to understand there's an unseen world that you can't see. And as our brother mentioned before, there's somebody, something is sending you something.
Is it possible that our skin color is really blue and green? But the people that control this world, they did something to our DNA that changed our real skin complexion? Osiris was green. Amen-Ra was blue. I'm gonna come back to this. By the way, Leviathan just woke up. This video is about to get a little dark and a little deep. Stay with me. We have so many people using Google Maps, and what do they see? A big ass serpent in the water. But it's not just any serpent, it's really Leviathan. We heard so many stories about this giant sea monster, right? Leviathan is finally showing itself because 2025 is year of the snake, and we are at the end of the snake, so it's going to eat its own tail. Leviathan lives in the deep water. It represents the subconscious, hidden emotion, ancient memories, and the unknown. It's all about facing what's buried inside of you. This system we've been living in for hundreds of years is dying. These people cannot hide the truth no more. Everything that was hidden is about to be shown to the whole world. Or I should say, the Kundalini is now waking up inside of all of us. This force is connected to Leviathan. Never forget that the people that control this world, they stole everything. They stole our identity. They are not the reptilians or the Dracolians. We are. They stole our identity. Why do you think we have a Kundalini, an inside serpent, but they don't? This serpent represents chaos. Before order take place, it has to be spiritual chaos. We lost our memories and we allowed these people to take over our world. When a serpent wake up inside of us, our colors or aura field start to change. Now that Leviathan is waking up, the colors of this planet is starting to change. Our skin complexion wasn't never blue or green. It represented principles. The color green is all about love, new life, renewal after death, vegetations. The color blue represents sky, water, divine creation, truth. Everything is about having a powerful aura field. That's why you will hear so many people say, damn, you disappoint me. You really showing me your true colors. Same reason why the sky is blue and the trees are green. The elites that control this world, they are really evil and they are scared shitless because they understand that love and truth is coming back. They've been trying to hide Leviathan for hundreds of years, but they can't hide it no more. Vibrations on this planet is too high. We are now connected to the goddess or water once again. Leviathan.
Satan was right to rebel. Think about it. When Satan rebelled and left heaven, a third of the angels went with him. Imagine you quit your job and a third of the company decides, fuck it, fuck this place, I'm going with you. If I saw that happen, I'm looking at the one that's in charge. What the fuck are you up here doing? To where a third of your company has decided to leave at once. Oh, well, he was kicked out because he wanted to be like God. If he was kicked out of heaven, how was he allowed to go back in the book of Job? He shows back up to heaven again. I don't think I can go back to a place if I got kicked out of there. And when he shows back up, it's not like God tells him, hey, get the fuck out, I kicked you out of here. No, the first thing God says is, hey bro, where you been at? And then they make the bet. And if you really think about it, we don't know much about Satan, the devil, Lucifer, whatever. I'm using them interchangeably in this video. The main thing the Christians try to say is, oh, the devil comes to kill, steal, and destroy. He's evil and he's out to get you and all of that. If you read the Bible, it's God who's doing all the killing, the stealing, and the destroying. The devil wasn't really doing all of that. The only people he killed was Job's family. And that was part of the bet. And so, you know, God signed off on that. He allowed that to happen. The devil hasn't stolen anything. He hasn't destroyed anything. And we don't really know much else about him. Is that not strange? Does it not raise any eyebrows at all? He's supposed to be like our number one enemy, and oh, he's out to get you, and oh, this, that, and the third, and we know like nothing about him. We don't know his story. We don't know where he came from. We're just told that he's evil. And we're being told that he's evil by the one that's actually out here murdering people. God has killed millions, if not billions, of people. And he's the one who created evil. I will quote Isaiah 45:7 until I am blue in the fucking face. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all of these things. So we're supposed to believe the one who literally created evil, that he's not the evil one. It's actually the devil who hasn't done anything. I call fucking bullshit.
So the masculine was not designed to protect the feminine. That is the single most detrimental program that we have in this realm, because it makes people think that the male is supposed to protect women. When you look at society, women are actively and always seeking protection from the men. So that automatically tells us we can't perceive it in those terms. We have to look deeper to understand the nature of the masculine and the feminine as it relates to society and your individual experience, because there is no gendering energy. Gender itself is an illusion. We know this because the illusion, first and foremost, is your physical body. You even existing in the third dimension. You thought yourself here, and then you trickled down and materialized yourself into physical form. You are information on a quantum supercomputer. Your body is a reflection of the cosmos. So the masculine, when you break that word down into my school line, you are only talking about a university of the mind. So the masculine, which starts with mom, is still feminine. However, it is the feminine materialized into matter. It is consciousness that descended into form. This is the metaphysics of what a demon is, because when you look into the word demon, you get genius. That's the gene of Isis. Everything is a reflection of the womb. But the womb is energy that you hold within. Your cells are a womb. Your cells are souls as well. So when you break down these words, these terms, and these ideologies, it really helps you understand the origins and what we're referring to when we talk about the masculine and the feminine. The masculine is the feminine's protective shield, because the masculine is the externalized version of the spirit. Everything that exists in the third dimensional realm was first in the unseen, and then again it densified itself into matter, and it projected into reality. So the masculine is actually your meat suit. It is your physical body, because contained within it is your consciousness. It is your mind. It is your womb. It is the cosmos. It is God. So the masculine is actually just your consciousness in form. Consciousness in form projects as the physical body, and the physical body contains within it your feminine properties. The feminine properties are that of the spirit, and the spirit is the darkness or the unseen realm. So when you're talking about ego, whether you're talking about ego, consciousness, archetypes, gods, demons, all of that are divine feminine features. The masculine is just the container that it descends into when it wants to have an experience. So the masculine in a physical sense is not physically protecting the feminine as it corresponds to men being there to protect women, because if you go far back enough, historical data tells us that women were actually here first. The Y chromosome is the X chromosome destabilized, so he actually is her. She doesn't need protection in that regard, because that would constitute a state of lack. It would constitute that she is not whole in and of herself, and that's also part of the narcissistic spell, because patriarchy splits our consciousness and tells us that we are not one in and of ourselves. It always tells us that we have to seek something outside of ourselves, whether it is a superior being or a relationship, in order to be complete in our experience. So that's detrimental, especially to the man, because thinking that you are designed to protect women is adding stress to your nervous system, which is what is making you dense. That density disconnects you from your inner feminine, so now you can't even tap in. So then you become more programmable to the third dimension, because your essence, your power exists outside of you. It's you perceive power on the surface. But if you think about, and spoiler alert, because I'm about to bring up Stranger Things, if you think about the power that El has, El actually represents the feminine, because the word 11 is El Eve in. Eve meaning Adam and Eve, but Eve in the Bible is a personification of divinity. It's a personification of consciousness before it came into form as atoms. So even then, we're still, everything is sourced from the feminine. Why? How can something be sourced for something and what it produced makes it weak, and therefore it needs something that it creates in order to be protected in reality? Now, the importance of understanding that the masculine protecting the feminine is part of a narcissistic program is that if you look at the studies, the cortisol spikes that men have due to this added stress is actually statistically making them more at risk for heart attack. Now, the significance of that is that through this narcissistic spell that makes them think that they have to have ownership or dominate in society, because they are programmed to think that they are their bodies, is disconnecting them from their inner power and creating chaos upon society. This disconnection is what makes the male more susceptible to be a narcissist, an active, live narcissist, and intentional at that. And that's the difference, because women are more so covert. Men are actually, they tend to actually be on a mission, because they are programmed to think that they're supposed to be protective. Not even just protective of women, but protective of their manhood, which means if they don't have access to women, then they have to violate her in some way or extort her in order to get it. So if men were to understand that the body was an illusion, then they would be more prone to control their urges and have more discipline. This would make men more respectable in society, and we wouldn't have to have these gender war arguments or talk about the decenter men movement. However, the decenter movement isn't necessarily for men. It's about decentering the toxic masculinity that is bestowed by the patriarchy, because patriarchy tells us that our power is external, our power is on the surface, and they demonize everything internal. So being a matriarchal society and restoring the divine feminine is just you by nature being able to quiet the outside noise and really tap into your emotions. So the feminine being what protects the masculine means that once you restore heart coherence, That will charge your energetic centers, create a greater biofield, and then allow you greater protection. That biofield is the unseen, meaning it is an aspect of the feminine, which is what protects your inner being.
That manifestation always happens in the perpetual now. So even if it takes 5 years for it to fully materialize outside of you, that's only because you took 5 years to trust that it would. The moment you trust that your manifestations will come to fruition is when they do. That's when it happens. It's not because of time. It's because of how much do you trust yourself? How much do you trust love? How much do you trust the Most High to follow through with your intentions? So you set your intentions. And then there are actions. You have to be actionable, right? You write it down and then you take the necessary actions. Like even with me building up this platform, it was once an idea. I said, I am the singing Yogini star. I'm traveling the world and I'm inspiring hundreds of thousands of people on a daily basis by way of my content creation, by way of love and my music. And so now it's happening perpetually at an accelerated rate because I also was told to let go of what was holding me back from this. So if you are feeling like, okay, I got to move fast, that's only because of anxiety. Really, anxiety banks off of what's going to happen next. So asking yourself that question is never really going to help you. Instead, grounding yourself in the present moment of, okay, I'm here right now, which means I've already done it. Whatever it is that I'm calling in, I've already done it. It's been done. Ashe, aho. Move on with your life and let it go.